Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 12 of Days Gone. I almost said Mass Effect because a little bit later today, twitch.tv/Feecrest is expected to start playing the Mass Effect trilogy for the very first time, a topic that we may round out a little bit in completely non-spoiler ways as we go. But first, let's take a look to see what we can do. So we've got a quest about Boozer's arm to work with Ricky and or return to the Hot Springs camp. That second one involves turning in a quest that's already been done. I think Hot Springs is way up here. About Boozer's arm, though, is very close, so yeah, we're just going to head in here a little bit. Hold on for just 1 second, because the Queen in the North says that somebody gifted a sub. I know exactly who that was, Queen, and that was Malik, who, as of the end of our previous episode, had gifted 3 subscriptions. Hold on, we're going to get some dialogue here. But then rounded it out with an additional 2 yesterday. So thank you so
Ricky,
much.
I got a favor to ask.
Yeah, what's up, Deke?
It's about Boozer's arm. I saw that hook that you made for him, and it's great, but don't you think it might be better if, instead of a hook, I don't know, maybe with something like a knife or a blade or something, you know?
Hold on. Oh, please, thank you.
So,
I'm sorry about that. So, you want me to create a prosthetic blade for Boozer?
well, yeah, I just thought it might cheer him up, make him feel, you know, more of a...
You want me to weaponize Boozer?
I wouldn't put it that way.
I'm just fucking with you, Deke. I think it's a great idea. I will go check some parts, and I will radio what I need. Cool?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the Queen in the North. We're in episode 12 of Days Gone. Generally speaking, our tone here is we want to, sit and enjoy and have a fun game. I'm not sure if you've been here before, and if so, I apologize for not remembering, but otherwise, welcome. I hope that you have a great time, and thank you so much to Malik for the gift subscription. It's very, very much appreciated. As we were saying yesterday, subscriptions are never required, but always greatly appreciated, and he's decided to put his money into it, and thank you so much. Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. Queen is saying that that they watched the stream and have been enjoying it. Wait for Ricky's call. Well, while I'm waiting for Ricky's call, we're going to head out and... A lot of the games that we play here are such that it can be challenging to keep up with chat, and I'm always worried about missing the person who might come in and say hello, and then mistake the lack of an immediate response for a lack of interest. In fact,
This is Radio Free Oregon.
Oh no, not
truth
Radio Free
shall set you
Oregon.
free. Today,
Hold on.
I want to talk about drugs. Now, I don't much care for them. They keep you numb, unreliable, and silent. In 1996, the CIA was accused of dealing cocaine in Central America. Used it to help them control the masses. Put the Fed's sticky fingers on a slice of the global pie. Once they figured out how well that shit worked, they decided to set their sights here at home. Make drug addicts of us good old American taxpayers. They brought cocaine up from South America by the planeload. Barrels of the stuff got us hooked on it. Kept us complacent. Kept us high. Kept us under the heel of their rich boots. And did they get profit from our misery? The feds make millions to fund their secret operations, all while destroying the very heart and soul of this good country. But thankfully, at last, all that is in the past. At least, for my people. Stay sober, people. Stay alive. This is Mark Copeland for Radio Free Oregon. Don't believe the lies.
Yeah, you ever lose an arm, Cope? Maybe when you do, you'll find yourself wanting a bottle of whiskey, or 2, or 3, and in the meantime, shut the hell up!
Hey, Deke, I got a good one for you.
Mike, hey, what's up?
He handed me a shopping list. Said it was for Boozer. I should radio you.
Okay, where's Ricky?
Something came up with Annie, I don't ask. Anyway, she needs a galvanized metal pipe, tube, kind used in building. She needs a carbon alloy blade, the kind hunters use, and finally some metal scrap. That list make any sense to you?
Yeah, Mike, like you said, I don't ask. Deacon. Okay, what do I need? I need a blade or a metal tube, scrap. Jesus, Ricky. Metal tube. It can't just be any metal tube, can it? Gotta find one from a construction site. Wait, hold on a second. There was a house? Under construction. Forks, but I can find something there.
Sorry, there's a... Oh, boy. Life comes at you fast in this game. Hold on.
Deke? Hey, we got a job for you.
Ricky, hey, okay. Yeah, I'll check in. Deacon out.
New job unlocked. Okay, this guy needs to chill out. There's no other guys around. Let me just refer you to the closest camp. Oh my gosh, hello, Pasta McDartboard. So can I, like, bump this guy? Yeah, Pasta, we haven't seen you around in a while. I was just hoping that you're okay. I'm trying to remember if the last time you were around, COVID-19 was a thing, but I hope that you and the family are okay. Queen, the same to you, of course. Okay, come on, dude. Okay. I'm gonna move a short distance away from him. Maybe he'll sort of calm down and reset. Yeah, when Radio Free Oregon was going on, I did not intend to crash into the boulder that magically appeared in front of me. However, in my headcanon now, Deacon considered
Boozer,
wiping out
you
head
up?
first to be preferable
This
to
is
continuing
Deke.
to listen.
Must be sleeping.
Deke, that you?
Shit. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to wake you.
Brother, after working a shovel all day, I pretty much passed out as soon as I hit the bunk. What's going on?
Just checking on you, brother. Just making sure that you didn't, wander off on another midnight dance with a horde.
Hey, don't worry about me. The sound of it, you're the one out on a joyride. Hey, I gotta get some shut-eye. Talk later. Out.
So from a writing standpoint, I actually really do like the amount of Mark Copeland that they put in here. Far Cry 5 got some criticism for sort of presenting the premise of an evangelical religious cult, but then cut out any of the specifics, so it just came off really generic. It was an example of Ubisoft kind of wanting to do something that is highly inherently political while also claiming that it wasn't political. Here, Mark Copeland is indistinguishable from the real thing to the extent that it makes me think that it's the real thing. And I'm not sure how I feel about that Mark Copeland gets a 4-minute monologue and then Deacon St. John says, like, go to hell. And, like, that's his entire comeback. At the same time, so one thing that people know about this channel is that I really do like to hear all the dialogue. I want to hear all the dialogue. I usually want to read most of the logs. I want to experience as much of the story as possible. And they wrote that. They recorded it. It is part of the world. And I like that it's in here. It can sometimes be challenging not to give my own pushback to it. And we may yet reach that point. But as a result, what it does is it clarifies for me who Mark Copeland is, and we see other signs of this as well in other areas of the game. Do I think I can pick this before he gets over here? I bet so.
Okay.
Cosmic Dartboard is fine. Hello to More Than a Mia, and yeah, how is the migraine? I wanted to ask you about, Mia. Hopefully that has passed quickly. And also, not to make it I don't want to put you on the spot, but they've been advertising this like quick release migraine medicine that can cut things down to just a couple hours. Oh, hold on. They know I'm here. I'm not sure if they know where I am yet.
Something's here. Right here.
Got him! Look out!
I will heal.
Go! I got you covered!
Come on.
Oh,
Okay.
fudge. I really thought I had him with that shot. Sure. So, do we think that's all of them? Because I'm not sure. I heard them before I saw them, and then fortunately saw them first, but there might be a fourth. Okay, the good news is the migraine passed once the storm went through. Yeah, they've been advertising a lot for this migraine medication that it's like, hey, if you start to feel those first signs, this will get you through it more quickly. It won't necessarily stop a migraine, but cut it down to just a couple hours instead of a couple days. And aside from the advertisements, that's all I know. And when I saw that, I thought of More Than Amiya, who on occasion has had to postpone streams based on headaches that come on, migraines rather, that come on days before and then stay and worsen. And I just, it seems terrible. But yeah, I've grumbled a lot about Mark Copeland and Radio Free Oregon, but I disagree with the character, not with the writing decision. And I feel like that's sometimes important to point out, that sometimes I'll have a very, very strong reaction to a character, but unless otherwise noted, it's because I don't... I am reacting to the fiction of the personality, not objecting to its inclusion in the game. There was a particularly memorable, at least to me, element of that to Vampire, which, again, to this day, might be pronounced vampire. I don't know, even to this day. But without giving too much away, there was one character that I reacted very, very strongly to, and took an action that I do not regret. But that was, again, the hell is happening over here? Well, whatever it is doesn't bother me, and he sounds very mad. So, when we get here, depending on where the next location is, we might do a rare fast travel, because this is, as it turns out, absolutely the opposite corner of the entire world, and I'm not sure that I want to drive all the way back for our next action. But we're back in Hot Springs, so we can do a few things, up to and including refuel the bike.
Deacon.
Malik's asking how I like Schizo. So, I like Schizo as a character. Here's what I like about Schizo as a character from like a writing standpoint. He's not a dumbass. He's odious. He sucks real hard as a human being. But as a character, he's not an idiot. If a character was too dumb in a world like this, you would think, how on earth did he survive this far? My first reaction to Schizo is, he is evidence that anyone who's lived this long in this world is at least somewhat savvy. And I very much like that as a world-building element. In terms of a human being, he sucks super hard. It takes a while for that to come out about him. We'll talk about it more in a moment.
We got a real problem on our hands. You remember Richard Marsden? Used to ride for us?
You mean Rick the Prick Marsden? Yeah, I remember him. I thought Alki ran him out of camp.
He did. But, I guess Marsden wasn't too happy about it. He joined a group of drifters down at the Black Crater, led an attack against a supply run. We lost 3 men.
Shit. I never liked that son of a bitch anyway. I'll take care of him.
Thanks, Deke. I knew I could count on you.
Okay, I'm 100% about going to go get Rick Marsden. And Queen of the North is saying nobody knows how it's pronounced. Yeah, the thing is, I would go with, like, the developers of Vampire. I would go with whatever they said, except I've never, ever seen an interview. I should actually look that up. We should look up, after this, find any developer interview from somebody who worked on Vampire, and then just pronounce it the way that they did. Because I've seen people just call it Vampire. For me, for my money, if you want people to call it Vampire, IRE, done deal. As soon as you give it an alternate spelling, you invite alternate pronunciations. But yeah, so I didn't call it out at the time, but I really liked the exchange that Deacon had with Schizo, where Schizo was pushing the idea, this is in the last episode, Schizo was pushing the idea that he and Deacon should work together to overthrow Iron Mike, and presumably kill Iron Mike, because Iron Mike's not going to let go of what he has willingly. And Deacon says, that man trusts you. And Schizo says, that's his mistake. So Deacon says, well, it's not going to be mine. That was a brilliant response. Like, I really liked that exchange between the two of them. And it's not particularly punctuated in the moment, but it really caught me that Deacon is... Another thing that I'm realizing, or sort of like putting a
The prick, Marsden, where the hell are you?
button on in this episode is... Shit! Fuck. Nope. No, get off. Duck. Oh, where'd that bike come from? That's weird. I hope someone's not trying to stealth me.
Just gonna sit, huh?
Yeah, she's not fooled at all. Okay, do we think I can get a better angle on her? Well, if I expose myself, she's gonna... All right, I'm going to move a little bit slowly here because I want to try to get binoculars on, see who else is out here. But like when I saw the character model for Schizo, or first heard the name Schizo, I was thinking like Skinny Pete or Badger from Breaking Bad. I was thinking somebody who's like a low-level moron flunky, and he's just like a big dumbass and whatever. And as with most of the characters in this game, any named character who gets any meaningful amount of dialogue, no, he's a fully fledged personality with his own goals and agency, and I really like the way that the game handles its secondary and tertiary characters. You know, the mooks are mooks. You know, they don't have any personality, they don't know how to aim, they get fooled by rocks and then you shoot them and whatever. But yeah, all the main characters are pretty well realized. Oh boy. I was hoping to use this as a sniper's perch, but we need Mr. Curiosity there to lose interest. There he goes. Now, game physics question. Can I shoot him through the railings? I sure can. Welcome to episode 12, kids, because this might take a minute, but I'm going to... Oh, wait. There we go. Nope. No, I didn't want to waste that. All right, this is as far in as I can zoom. Just looking for somebody else who's isolated. We got 2 or 3 guys there enjoying the campfire. If I shoot that guy, they're going to get spooked. This guy looks a little bit by themselves. Although that is a little far. Not far enough, though. Now, they're probably going to be able to see that body, but it's so far away that, I mean, what difference does it make? Oh, there's another person up there. Oh, wait.
Oh shit, where'd you boys come from?
That's a good question. Oh, okay. Come on. Shit. Come on. Crud. So, ask me no questions about how motorcycle men knew that I was up here. Come on.
Shit, almost out.
Almost out. Actually, completely out. That's it. All right, so I'm going to take off. Oh, wait, no. Do I have one more bullet? I think I have one more bullet.
Pull back! Pull back, everyone!
And I'm going to make the executive call to use the suppressor on this as well. I figure most of them are still pretty confused about what's happening. The motorcycle guys figured it out early, but... Oh.
Tucker.
How's it going?
Man, Marsden looks like he got himself a goddamn army.
Ha! Doesn't surprise me. He always seemed like the kind of man who'd attract every dirtbag out in the shit. You want me to send Alki?
No. I got this. What was he wearing when your men got hit?
Same thing he always wore, one of those black coats, down to the knees, cowboy hat. Deacon, bring me his hat.
Oh, boo. I need his hat.
You were saying something?
Same thing he always wore, one of those black coats, down to the knees, cowboy hat. Deke, bring me his hat. More holes in it, the better.
Okay, so he's dressed like an asshole. Got it, St. John out.
I don't mean no harm. Just out here trying to survive. Same as you. What say you come out and talk a bit? Someone's here.
I'll take this. Come on, guys, right this way.
Oh, boy. See, that's why I'm using the silencer, because that would have gotten every single person there. Oh my gosh, hello to Tashir. Sorry, I'm so caught up in the stealth sniping that I'm missing a bunch that's happening in chat. Thank you so much for the shoutouts for Mia. Hello to Gluto Mizao. I'm probably mispronouncing that, and I apologize. And hello to Tashir Games. I had a super fun time watching Tashir earlier, twitch.tv/Tashir Games, as Mia just shouted out. Very, very fun stream. The return of Division Force today. Himself, I believe Bombfirst was there. Dweezil was certainly there. Diesel Jones joined a little bit later. So much fun seeing those guys back together. And I will reiterate something that Tashir said himself when he was just saying how happy he was to be back. And I, put in chat right at the moment. Yeah, I mean, super glad to have him back. As always, I hope that you guys will check out his latest album. The most current one as of this... Hold on. The most current one as of this comment is Because I Can. And if you head on over to twitch.tv/Tashir Games, you'll be able to find a link directly to his Bandcamp page. I believe we have one at the bottom of this channel as well. But I don't know if there's, any additional benefits using his link. So I hope that you guys will check that out. All right, we need his hat, and then we are out of here. This was very unusual in terms of how the camps are set up for Days Gone. Never before have we had such a convenient sniper post, and certainly not one that was sort of on the main entranceway that we could just get up there and take out about a third of the camp. The bikers that showed up had an odd sense of where Deacon was, but honestly, I'm not going to complain too much about that. It added some variety to what was going to be a methodical sniping party. Has anybody else here, I'm curious if anybody else in chat has tried the game Spy Party, which is a one-on-one sniper challenge in which one person is playing the guest at a party and the other person is playing a sniper who has vision on the party. And I believe, I'm trying to remember if they're supposed to use a set of clues. No, here's what it is. The person who's at the party has a set of objectives that they need to complete surreptitiously, and the sniper is supposed to be watching for any of the party members that are acting out of the ordinary, and that's their mark that they have to kill. I have seen some streams of this. I am unconvinced that it works as well as the premise would want you to believe, but it has been a lot of fun watching the people who play it try to work it out, like which of them is the sniper, trying to work out who among the party guests is the spy. So you're saying party hard time sniper elite. Yeah, in terms of a sniping game, it is super basic. Like what I just described is the entire game. I think there's a slight difference in venues. Okay, just random radio squawk there. There's a slight difference in venues, but it's always like one sniper looking at a party from a stationary position and trying to work out which of the characters moving around is a human being instead of an AI. It is the most basic version of what we got for like the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood multiplayer, which was so much fun. If you guys never had a chance to play Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, or I think Revelations had the same multiplayer mode, what a shame that that didn't catch on. Because that was basically hunters v assassins, and a lot of the game was about, like, one of my favorite modes had you and a team of other assassins, and your goal was simply to evade detection. Crap. Okay, hold on a second. Not a bear. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. The magnetic jaws. Oh, God.
Good night.
This bear has glowing eyes, which makes me concerned that it's worse than a regular bear. No, just a regular bear.
Yeah, neat.
And Ricky the Artist is saying they remember that. Presumably the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood multiplayer. Yeah, it was so much fun because your goal was to behave as much like one of the AIs as you could. And there would be bonuses, like score bonuses, if you were in very close proximity to the other members of your team. There would be bonuses for near misses. You had special abilities where you could disguise your character and change the way that they look. These were perks that you would unlock. And then there was a whole different set of perks for when you were one of the hunters. The problem was, beyond a certain point, and this tends to happen in games of this style, somehow or other, they got it hacked. Because near the end of my time with it, there would be games where, like, I was 100% in concealment, and an enemy player would pick me 100% of the time. Never the person to my left, never the person to my right. Absolute true sight 100% of the time, all the time. And you play 4, 5, 6 games like that, and you're like, okay. How do you hack a multiplayer game like that on a console? I have no idea, but it left a dirty taste in my mouth, and I never wound up going back. And maybe that's why the mode died. I don't know. All right, so we're going to head back to Hot Springs and turn in this bounty. That was a fun one. I really like going after that guy. The only thing the bounty system in this is missing is the option to do some elaborate thing to bring them in alive. I don't know if anybody here ever played Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, but it was a semi-open world. Like, it's not open world in the way that you think of them today. Crap. I'm not sure I will repeat that more than Amiya. Yeah, Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, it was open world in the way that, like, Mario 64 is open world, in that it had large zones that were generally connected by a hub area, but it wasn't quite open world in the way that this is, but it was a bounty hunting simulator, and it was super cool. It also had what is, I think to this day, the coolest, like, I am looking through binoculars effect of any game. The way that it handled depth of field, and it would sort of, like, focus on this sort of plane, and the other elements would sort of fade out or fuzz out. Clean. It looked super neat.
We got stuff if you need it. Bike's a real guzzler. Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
We're going to chat with Tucker, and then probably head south again.
Hey, Tuck, got you a new hat.
Nice job. Did he put up much of a fight?
So, do I get paid more if he did?
No.
Then why do you care?
Just enjoying the thought of how much the son of a bitch suffered before he bled out.
Well, Jesus, Tuck, I don't do this shit for your entertainment.
I would actually really like to see Tashir play the sniper mode from Hitman 2. I need ammo very much. I don't remember if it was a pre-order bonus or it was in like the collector's edition or if they just released it for free at some point. But there was a like snipe your target mode for Hitman 2 where all it was a series of sniper challenges. And that was a super neat way to market the game and to show off some of their crowd tech and stuff. That was a very, very neat mode.
Need anything else?
Oh, Tashir's saying that he loved it. Excellent.
What else can I do for you?
Well, not so excellent because I didn't get to see it, but I will. I'm glad that it was enjoyable.
Here, good as new.
I don't think I need a medikit. Also, so I did not previously to this moment know that medikits restore a set percentage of health. I thought it was always a numerical amount. So knowing that a medikit is always 80% of the bar, unless it means 80 points, which would be kind of generic. I'm going to go with 80% of the bar.
Come by if you still need something. You want anything else? Come see me.
The original, so I did not know this. The original was in Hitman Absolution. Here's a fun fact. I have never played Hitman Absolution. I own it. I know that it has sexy nuns. I have never actually played
how's it going?
And it's not like a moral objection. It was just one of those things that was picked up on a deep sale, and I never wound back to it. And now, like, Hitman and Hitman 2, like Hitman 2016 and then Hitman 2, are so good. They're so good that it's very difficult to want to go back to the older games. They have a lot to recommend them. Wait, do I want to... I'm going to sell my bounties here. 1 second.
How's it going, Mercer?
Yep. Hey, kill him, Deke.
We're actually almost at rank 3. I mean, we've got a few thousand points to go, but it's not as far off as it is even at Iron Mike's. Hello to Diesel Jones. I'm dealing with a little bit of a sore throat, so I don't think we'll be able to do the full Diesel greeting, but I hope that you're having a fantastic Saturday. I got a chance to watch you guys play some Division 2 earlier and really had a great time. It was, like I was saying to Tashir just a short time ago, it was so much fun to see you guys get back together.
Hey, I got it.
And pass that along to, like, Dweezil, for example, and Bomb First, because I don't know that they will stop by in this episode, but let them know that you heard from fans and that, you know, people were really glad to see them back together. So, we've got about 2.5 kilometers, so I would like to take this drive rather than do the fast travel. I would like to go back to a topic from the last episode and briefly recap some of the colorful personalities that we got during Stan Lee's Who Wants to Be a Superhero, which was a 2-season reality show competition on the Sci-Fi Network, which I loved so much, and I really wanted to see more of it. Hold on, we've got an event. Okay.
Hey, how many drifters you guys murdered today, huh? Yeah, I can tell by look.
Ouch. Hold on a second. I think we're gonna... I honestly can't tell if that's a bad person or not. He doesn't seem to have a weapon. Okay, and this person's already dead, so I'm not sure what this got me. I could have just kept going. Hey, are you okay? Yeah, he's fine. Can I help you at all? So sometimes, if anybody's confused, every once in a while, these people don't, like, become interactive until, like, a minute later. But I guess not. So, again, Who Wants to Be a Superhero was a show about regular adult human beings of apparently average intelligence who were dressing up like superhero characters in an attempt to please Stan Lee, as in Marvel Comics Stan Lee, and to pitch him on the idea of making a comic book about their character. And this next part is important, and a clearly stated prize, if you won this competition, was that your character would be featured in an original Sci-Fi Saturday night movie. So, you know, like Sharktopus versus Giant Lobster or something like that. You were supposed to get your own Sci-Fi original movie out of this. Now, what I loved about it... Get the hell out of here, Wolf.
Sniper ambush. Oh, God damn it.
Okay, I'm clearly never going to be allowed to talk about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. No, Who Wants to Be a Superhero. I bet if I talked about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I would not get shot at all. I don't know what to do about this. I mean, heal, obviously, but I'd prefer to do it behind the cover of... Shit. Oh, that's his tree.
Gotcha, you son of a bitch. No more ambushing drifters for you, huh?
I really overestimated their architectural prowess. I wasn't expecting that to come down. So, like, you have to envision in Who Wants to Be a Superhero a cast of adults dressed in a way that's not good enough to go to a cosplay convention and be taken seriously. And that's how these folks looked. And what's more, I really enjoyed some of their superhero personas. For example, Cell Phone Girl, who is a girl with a cell phone. And that's the character. Don't ask me anything about what her powers are. She's wearing a flashy costume, and she has a cell phone, which she holds sometimes. I assume it can text message. The show was made at a point in time when there weren't any like prop smartphones, so she just has a prop flip phone, as I recall, and that's the entire character. Here's Rodiart, everyone. In my memory, Rodiart was wearing like a colander on his head, but I looked and he's not actually. It's just the quality of his costume is such that would make you believe that he would just have random kitchen implements on him. What's Rodiart's deal? Literally no idea.
Okay, let's take a look around.
Levity is in there. Couldn't tell you anything about Levity. Levity is identified as being like an openly gay superhero, which is fine, except that appears to be the entirety of his skill set. Like, what are your superpowers? What do you do? What's your entire shtick? It is unexplained. So ultimately, like half the cast, you just have these people running around in ludicrous costumes in broad daylight, like in public spaces. You have to understand, they're going to like amusement parks in a venue that appears to be completely unexplained to anyone else that's there as to why there's a cadre of morons running around and a camera crew following them. It's so much fun. It's basically a humiliation simulator, and yet everyone's sort of okay with the joke. In other words, it doesn't feel like anybody's feelings are being hurt in that they all signed up for this, and yet as a viewer, you're watching it and you're just mortified that they have decided to put themselves through this in order to get an opportunity to talk to Stan Lee by way of a camera monitor. And folks, I would guarantee you that 2/3 of the cast have absolutely no idea who Stan Lee is. None whatsoever. Remember, this was before the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This was before Iron Man. I think it was the year before Iron Man. It was like just after Batman Begins had come out. So who is Stan Lee? None of these people knew. I mean, like, shit, what is this? No. Hold on. Okay. Now we can fight again. Sorry. This is a timeout. But then there's the people that are around that are, like, they do have something to them. For example, there's a character named Major Victory, who is just like a Superman analog. He looks a little bit like he's dressed like the Greatest American Hero, but the guy that plays him is legitimately very funny. And any attempt that I make to repeat his lines or to like give you examples would undersell the fact that he had this flawless sense of comedic timing and was such a delight for the period of time that he was on the show. And yet, here's another thing about Who Wants to Be a Superhero. A lot of the people had surprisingly dark backstories. Major Victory, whose like real life name I have long since forgotten, according to him, was going on the show as an attempt to reconnect with his estranged daughter because he had sort of lost contact with the family during a period of time that he was basically off pursuing other vocational careers, let's say, and as a result hadn't been around for his family and had now come to deeply regret that and was hoping to use this experience to somehow reconnect with her. How that involves putting on spandex and hitting on women, I have no idea. But he was wonderful on the show, and there was a real sense of pathos to him that every once in a while the veneer would drop and you could really see the human being underneath. And he was eminently watchable. They had a guy named Feedback, and Feedback's the guy in the party, like, you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, but he's the guy who really takes it seriously. He's the guy who plays Division 2 with you, who, like, wants to strategize ahead of time. He's the guy that gets Leroy Jenkins when Leroy Jenkins just gets sick of all the strategizing and charges in and the whole thing falls apart. Well, he's the guy who's trying to make the plans. He took this as seriously as most people would take their doctoral thesis. He was so intense that it was a little bit unnerving, that it kind of felt like Feedback was the one guy in the crew who wasn't in on the joke. and maybe didn't entirely realize that he wasn't actually going to get superpowers at the end of this. But in reality, I'm presenting how he was on the show. In reality, the person playing him, who was a guy by the name of Matthew Atherton, is a perfectly well-adjusted human being. Like, I mean, you read an interview with him afterwards, and he was there to do entertaining show, and it was a very entertaining show. Feedback was for sure one of the stars, and I really enjoyed watching him. And then, like, one of the characters was Monkey Woman. What's the deal with Monkey Woman, you might ask? Well, Monkey Woman has one special... Monkey Woman carries a stick. Monkey Woman is part monkey and part woman. The part that is a woman is self-evident. The part of her that is a monkey is the part that, like, of a monkey that carries a stick that she never does anything with, and also screams really, really loudly. I do not know why this character was not called Banshee or Captain Shut Up, but her whole thing, like Monkey Woman, the entire character was based around the fact that her actor could go at a decibel level that is hard to comprehend and that I can't do. She would go, like, I can't do the sound correctly, but she would make the monkey sound. You know how it goes, like, hoo, 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 ha, 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 ha. She would do that, except imagine that blasted through a microphone into a loudspeaker and then into the speaker set that you saw Michael J. Fox use in Back to the Future. It was deafening. And that's the entire character. So, like, in my headcanon, if Monkey Woman had caught on as a character, there would be, like, a squad of guys who were there conspiring to commit insurance fraud. And suddenly Monkey Woman would come bursting through the window. And they would say, "What is this?" And she'd go, "Hoo, hoo, hoo, ha, 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 ha." And they say, "Hey, can you shut the hell up? We're in the middle of something." But she would just, like, keep going. And eventually the people committing insurance fraud would just say, "Fuck it. It's not worth it. There's not enough Advil in the world. I just can't." And they would give up their life of crime just to make her stop. And that was the whole character. And by the way, like, I'm going to try hard not to spoil too much of the series, but when somebody gets kicked off of Who Wants to Be a Superhero, they're supposed to turn in their costume, which generally meant take at least some non-essential parts of your costume and put them into a trash can, which it's like a regular trash can. And then Stan Lee would like destroy them telepathically or something. There would be like a really cheesy explosion, and then your costume would be destroyed. Except in order for this to work, there needed to be some non-essential parts of your costume. And Monkey Woman's costume was basically a bikini and a stick. So there was nothing for her to put into the trash can. She just sort of, like, awkwardly balanced her stick into the trash can. And it clearly took some effort for the trash can not to immediately just tip over. Like, you know, it did at least 3 times, but then in editing, they just showed the one time that, like, maybe they put a rock in there to give it a little bit of stability. And that's what was destroyed, because there was no part of Monkey Woman's costume that could be removed. And somehow, she was still wearing more than Creature, which I'm not going to spoil whether or not Creature gets kicked off the show. I will only say that if she was, like, if Monkey Woman was wearing a swimsuit, Creature was wearing that swimsuit's little sister. There was basically nothing to the costume. It was so funny. I was just watching the series to see if eventually Creature would get kicked off, and if so, what on earth she would put into the trash can. It'd be like a ring or something. They'd have to hand her a sheaf of papers that then she could put into the trash can.
Ricky, what's wrong?
Do you know a man named Joshua Harper?
Harp? Yeah, I know him. I never trusted the son of a bitch. He wrapped a black bandana around his head like he was some goddamn hipster or something.
Yeah, well, your instincts are pretty spot on. He shot Dan Lane in the back over a card game and took off.
Oh, Jesus, where is he now?
A patrol spotted him heading south. They were too scared to even approach him. I guess he'd met up with a group of drifters. I really need your help on this one.
Okay, I'll handle it.
I marked where they spotted him on your map. Thanks, Deke.
I need ammo and
Got good
fuel.
shit in stock today.
Buzz.
Not that.
Okay. I'll top
Actually,
you off.
it's only one cent to
Okay.
repair. And by the way, we have not yet discussed the character who is my unironic favorite character in the series, and who I really wanted to see the movie. But just spoiler alert, because this is something I
Joe.
can go through fast. There was no movie. Sci-Fi punked out of that so hard you can't even believe it. When I tell you what the featured in a
How's my
Sci-Fi
favorite
movie
bounty
is,
hunter?
if you haven't already looked it up,
Claire,
it is
how's it
such
going?
bullshit. Hold on a second. We're gonna refill here.
Yep.
Yeah, it turned out that featured in a
Good
Sci-Fi
choice.
channel original movie, which literally everyone in the world interpreted to mean
yep.
that they were going to get their own Sci-Fi
Deke,
original movie.
take care now.
The actual winner of Who Wants to Be a Superhero basically got an unexplained 3 or 4 minute cameo in a totally unrelated Sci-Fi original movie. And if I remember correctly, it was called Nuka Snake or Annihalazer or something like that. It had nothing to do with the character that won. Literally nothing. This was a Sci-Fi original movie that was completely filmed and shot and in post-production. And basically what they did was they took the winner of Who Wants to Be a Superhero and they did an incredibly lazy 4-minute obvious insert where the camera sort of pans over and all of a sudden the superhero arrives and fights Mega Snake for 4 minutes and then nothing happens and nobody ever comments on it again. Why is there a superhero in this universe? It's unexplained. Nobody cares. Nobody talks about it. It was so disappointing because any movie of any of these characters would have been infinitely entertaining to me, especially given the acting chops of most of the people on the show. And the fact that they punked out that hard was so crushing. And by the way, crushing, I assume, to the winner as well. Because the comic book amounted to a one-off that was quote-unquote written by Stan Lee, which I'm sure meant written by Stan Lee's butler's caddy who really wants a future in comic book writing. And it sold 1,200 copies to friends of the person that won, and that was it. So that amounted to nothing. The winner deserved a movie. The winner deserves a movie today. I think that Sci-Fi still has an opportunity to make this right, and they should. But I really want to talk about my favorite character. The trouble is, in the next 300 meters, there's not going to be enough time. So we will have to circle back to the best character on Who Wants to Be a Superhero, at least in the first season. They did a second season. I didn't like it as much. It was fine. Some reality television series.
Harp and his men are heading to Camp Creek.
You sure you can handle this?
No.
What do you think?
Well, just asking. Lost Lake out.
Oh, gunshots. What the hell? Okay, come on, Harp. Let's just do this the easy way, huh?
Okay, as long as they're busy fighting. Oh yeah, I don't need to do anything here.
Don't let me stop you.
Deke, did you find him?
Ricky, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
I hear gunshots.
No, well, yeah, there's a swarm. It kind of got to him before I did.
What do you say now? Bring back his headscarf. Dan's people want proof that Harper is dead.
Okay, well, it might be a little bit... That's fine. All right, sure, yes. Huh, there he goes. Dinner time, boys.
Oh, that's a banshee. Hold on a second. Hold on, this might require a little bit more finesse. All right, that shuts her up. I'm never prepared for them to run at an angle. Okay. All right, let's get the headscarf. Maybe we can get out of here. The fact that the factions, the other humans and the zombies and stuff fight each other, I love so much.
Jesus, what a mess.
Because they had to design the AI to do that. Okay. So here's the trouble, or here's the challenge in talking about Fat Mama. Fat Mama, in almost any attempt to describe her, sounds like you're making fun of her. So I really want to stress that this is the character that she made, and I am embellishing on it, not at all. I did not invent this character. This is what she came in with, and I actually think that it's an interesting and more thoughtful idea for a character than almost anybody else came in with. Feedback came in taking it super seriously. Major Victory came in basically treating it like a joke. Lemuria came in because she had a hell of a rack. Here's Fat Mama, who actually thought to herself, what would a superhero want to communicate to the world? And I think that she put a lot more thought and consideration into it than most people. That said, the end result would play like this. Envision a bank at which there is a robbery, and 2 or 3 robbers are there, and one of them has the entire lobby down on their knees and is covering them with a gun. One of them is shoveling sacks of cash into a duffel bag, and one of them is like making demands to the police. And all of a sudden, through the security doors comes Fat Mama, dressed in bright pink.
Talk to Ricky.
Deacon, shut the hell up. Okay. And here comes Fat Mama, and she comes bursting through the wall. Here she is to save you. And Fat Mama goes, Fat Mama, I'm here to save the day. Fat Mama, I'll take your food away. And so the bank robbers go, okay, so back to our demands. But then one of them goes to, eat a bagel. And Fat Mama charges over and snatches it out of her hand. Oh, no. Nope, that's mine now. This is how I power up. And she takes the bagel away from the robbers. And they're like, what are you doing? That's mine. And she says, no, that money is theirs. If you're going to take their money, I'm going to take your food. And she just follows them around, and she steals all of their food until they're so emaciated. They have the cash, but they're literally starving to death because Fat Mama takes all of their food. And then they have to turn themselves in, at which point she eventually stops stealing their food because the prison food is gross. That's Fat Mama. I want this movie so badly. Now, again, I unironically really like this character because regardless of the way that it plays on screen, Fat Mama's message, and this is serious, this really is earnest, her entire message was one of body positivity before I think that was a phrase that people used. The message that she wanted to communicate, and this is drawn most starkly in a scene when she's interacting with a group of children at a school, is just because somebody looks different from you doesn't mean that they should feel bad, doesn't make them less worthy, less capable, that we each have our own skill set and that should be respected and that we're each human beings. She's absolutely right. I mean, from the perspective of what do you want a superhero to embody, a general message of treating each other decently, not victimizing people, that's a wonderful message. It's the specific way in which she chose to embody that I think maybe muddled the message a little bit, but I still
Ricky,
love it so much.
Here's Harp's bandana.
What a mess.
Yep, that's what I said.
Thanks, Deke. I'll let dance people know.
This thing is completely broken.
Okay, hold on, skill point. The thing with Fat Mama is, I think more than almost anybody else, the competition really meant something to her. I think that it was legitimately really important for her to get this message out. And, I believe in it, and I agree with that. And if I ever met the woman who played Fat Mama, I would legitimately say, in all seriousness, I really liked her. I really admired what she was there to do. It's, again, maybe in the execution, could have used a little work, but I don't know. I really, really, really wanted there to be a Fat Mama movie. And again, without giving away who won, because there was no movie, if I was a billionaire, if I ever like win the lottery and make like $1 billion, there will be a Fat Mama movie. I will bankroll it myself. And I'm dead serious. Anyway, sorry, I need to spend this. I kind of like this. Ability to stun a normal human enemy or swarmer. I don't care so much about this one. The roll out of an attack, because I sort of already do this. That one's okay. Significantly increases crossbow bolt damage. Well, I'm not using a crossbow bolt at this exact moment. And I really, really like my sniper rifle, is the trouble with that one. I'm still going to choose this one, though. You know what? Let's mix it up a little bit. Yeah, no, Mia, for real. Like, people clipping it, like, that's the thing about Fat Mama. If you describe the character as presented, it sounds like you're being ruthlessly mocking towards her. And that's sort of the issue with the character.
Okay. I'll top you off. See you around.
Because that's not her intent. And by the way, like again, these people sort of have their various backstories. Fat Mama's was, and again, this is the character's name. I don't know the person's name. She wanted to communicate to her kids that they shouldn't feel bad if they're, if they're
Blair, how's it going?
more heavy set than some of their other classmates, and that bullying is not okay. It was very much an anti-bullying message, and it was heartfelt, and I really liked her.
Yep.
And by the way, that's one of the things that came out in the post-show interviews. Like, regardless of what you think the people are like as edited, they all got on really well. Well, okay, there was one exception. Tyveculus, there's this completely unexplained, like, you're watching the series, and then at one point, Tyveculus just throws Lemuria under the bus. And it turns out that there's some completely unexplained, totally unexplored drama between the two people that is never shown on camera. It's super weird. I don't know why, if they had actual drama to show, there's all of this manufactured drama that's in there. But then again, that's part of the charm of Who Wants to Be a Superhero. The show is so overproduced. Like, it's so overproduced, you guys. And then when there is some sort of actual organic thing that happens, they have to, like, crudely stick it in without explanation. Because they just left no room in their editing to have an actual story that wasn't pre-scripted. Tyveculus was an interesting character because, without getting too deep into it, I felt like he got done real raw, and I don't know for sure. He's one of the only people that I really haven't been able to find any sort of interview or clarity on what his experience on the show was, but more than anyone else, it felt like he got treated unfairly, and I would love to hear his side of that story. Well, there's a question mark over there. I guess we can go to it, although we're making a big assumption that it's not just going to be a glitched survivor that we can't interact with.
Okay.
But yeah, one of the reasons I don't want to give it away is that Who Wants to Be a Superhero is available in its entirety on YouTube. Episodes 1 through 6, I think it's only 6 episodes. The whole thing is there. You can watch the whole thing from start to finish. It is delightful. I mean, if you hate reality television, I still feel like there's something there for you. By the way, there's nothing here for me because there was a question mark here and I don't see anybody. It is it is, in my opinion, the best kind of cheesy because it is so heartfelt and so harmless, and I think the cast is really good. And that's one of the things that I just didn't catch on with season 2 very much. I just didn't like the cast as much.
That's worth checking out.
That's worth checking out, he says. Also, it's practically a drinking game to try to reconstruct what some of these people's powers are supposed to be. Like, there's both Monkey Woman and Creature, who are both regular humans who also have some sort of creature-based power, like animal-based affinity, and I don't have any idea what is supposed to be the like, if anybody should have had a rivalry, it should have been them two. I don't know why they were both cast in the same season. I don't object to either one of them. It's just like, why not anybody else? For example, in the audition phase that you see at the very beginning, there's a guy who's dressed as a super ball. Like, you know a super ball that you throw it against the wall and it's very bouncy and it springs all over the place like Flubber, except not, because Flubber would just kill everyone the first time you threw it. Well, there's a guy that's dressed like a super ball in that he is a human head sticking out of a giant gelatinous sphere, and he can barely move in it. It looks like at any moment he's about to tip over and just ram his face directly into the floor. They should have cast that guy. He wouldn't have made it very far, you know, conceptually or physically, because he could not move in the thing at all. But I would have rather had him, and then they could have cast Monkey Woman on season 2. Also, the rules are so arbitrary. I have to stop talking about this. I love Who Wants to Be a Superhero. They could have continued to make Who Wants to... We should be on season 9 of Who Wants to Be a Superhero. Like, it is such that I simultaneously would want to look up, like, Matthew Atherton and the woman who played Fat Mama, like, on Twitter to see if they're there, and to say, I legitimately, earnestly, unironically really enjoyed your series. It brought me so much joy. It was so much fun. I still watch it from time to time. Like, my producer will come home and I'll have Who Wants to Be a Superhero and just roll her eyes. If rolling your eyes made a sound, I wouldn't be able to hear the episode. She's so over it. And, like, I just enjoyed it so much. And I don't know if they know that people remember, if they think that people care. It's worth remembering sometimes that you may not always know the impact that you have on people, so at least try to make it a positive impact. And they did. The people who made that show, the writers, the producers, the overproducers, the editors that felt it necessary to remind you after every commercial break as to what had happened in the 3 minutes preceding the commercial break. Apparently there was a British version too, but that had like kids on it and also is not available anywhere. Apparently the British version of Who Wants to Be a Superhero, they lined everybody up in the courtyard afterwards and thanked them for their service, and then buried the tapes with the Arks of the Covenant. Sorry, that probably shouldn't have been pluralized, but yeah, that's gone. You can't see the...
John, this is Lost Lake. Come in.
Yeah, Mike, this is Deacon.
I heard you tracked down Hart. You bring him in for trial.
Well, sorry, Mike. He, let's say the Swarmers had other ideas about that.
Oh, shit. Tell me that. Hart wasn't the kind of man you would turn your back to.
Crap.
Like that.
I guess not. But then I guess Dan deserved to get shot in the back either.
See you, Deke.
Whoa! Oh, I really thought that didn't get him. Mia has posted the link to season 1. Yeah, it is so much fun.
Well taken. See you, Deke. Iron Mike out.
It's not like Neil Breen fun, but yeah, it's a good time. Wow, did I not refuel, or have I just squandered all my gas? This feels like a distance to go on just half a tank, but... Oh, wait. I have no particular illusions that I'm going to get every single... What's it called? Historical monument. Also, where's this historical monument? Alright, just up this hill. I just figure it's one of those things as long as I'm in the neighborhood.
Huh. That's interesting.
Oh, I mean, sorry, I really should move away, but just for the record, the woman who played Lemuria actually tried to kickstart a movie about her character, except because she had sold away the rights in order to participate in the show. Like, her character was renamed to, like, Solaris or something like that, but that wound up going nowhere. I just thought it was an interesting detail from after the production that... Oh, and also, sorry, one last final tidbit. The woman that played Lemuria, her real-life name is apparently Tanatzin Mondragon, which is an awesome name. I don't know why she needs a superhero name. Whoa, okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure where the road there was. Okay, I don't remember what I'm here for.
That's it.
Find the metal tube. Okay, well, you know what? Since I don't know what the deal is with the metal tube, we're just going to turn the bike around here. We'll be ready to go. All right, let's park that. I also learned that there's a voice actress with the name Sumali Montano, which, like, I just feel like you should make a living if that's your name. Like, you're already done. You've already won. You don't need to.
Wait. Where was that sporting goods store?
Oh, sorry. We already found the metal tube. I was more interested in the fuel all of a sudden. I'm completely unfamiliar with her work, by the way. I learned that... So, what suddenly brought this up? I don't remember if I ever, like, mentioned this, but the developers of Guild Wars 2 announced that their next expansion is not going to have any voice work because it's not safe to bring the voice actors in to record and have a writer there and a producer and a sound guy and a director and all this. So... it's going to be released text only, and then they're going to fill in the voices in a patch afterwards, or at least I hope that they will. And I think that that's A, very cool, B, going to underscore how valuable the voice work is, and C, the way in which I came to discover that there's a voice actor named Sumali Montano. Oh, actually, it might have been Montoya. I might be saying her last name incorrectly, and I apologize. Mia's enjoying it. I just... Yeah, the thing about... Like, the reason I'm moving on from the topic is that if I say anything more about Who Wants to Be a Superhero, I will either try to recap some of Major Victory's highlights or, like, give away too much about the series. So, we will move on. It's one of those series that invites so much, if not speculation, then wonderment about how it was even greenlit. How did they get Stan Lee to do this? What did they pay him to do this? Like, clearly this wasn't his idea. He doesn't give a shit about these people or the competition or the prizes. They must have paid him just in wheelbarrows full of money to sit at his house and communicate with everybody via basically Skype message. All right, I just wanted to check through some of those areas. I feel like we're pretty well stocked. Incidentally, more than Amiya, Tashir, anybody who happens to notice, if Fee Crest starts playing Mass Effect, let me know because I want to make sure that we have an opportunity to cut over to him. I feel like I've got a lot of road left in front of me in this game, but I also want to, frankly, I want to see it myself. Twitch.tv/FeeCrest will be reportedly starting up a full-length playthrough. The intent is a full-length playthrough of the Mass Effect trilogy, which he has never played. And I am looking forward to seeing that game anew through the eyes of someone who is visiting it in the year 2020.
Still got this.
Also, in part, because I've never even seen the PC version. I have played the Xbox version, Xbox 360 version, multiple times. And we have the PC version, I've just never bothered.
You're mine now.
We've never seen that animation before. That was really neat.
Here we go. This ought to be enough. Now I just gotta get all this crap back to Ricky. Raiders.
Who is this asshole?
I should have been watching for him.
Oh boy, we're going to teach these guys a thing or two about ambush. They won't do well on the test, but at least they will have learned their lesson. I'm guessing that's not the only two. Some very important things that I would want to communicate to Feecrest, completely spoiler-free things, that I would want to communicate to Feecrest or to Diesel Jones or anyone who winds up playing particularly the first Mass Effect. First of all, also, what is this? I don't think it's as good. No, it's definitely not as good as my current weapon. Okay, we're going to leave that be. Number one, at least from the... Sorry, someone's yelling. And I saw them, I just don't know where they are. It's possible that they're climbing the ladder up to where I am. Alright, I'm gonna get loud here. Oh, he's just got a... Yeah, you're bad at this, buddy. Number one, at least on the Xbox 360 version, the game basically doesn't autosave. It autosaves when you arrive in a location. You can then play in that location for an hour, 90 minutes, and then if you get killed, which sometimes can happen in a very short amount of time in that game, you lose all of your progress. Now, you can save at any time. Any time that you're not in combat, you're good. You just open up the menu and you save it up. Do that. Like, I think that if we watch twitch.tv/Feecrest in this, one of the ongoing things is save the game, but seriously save it. I know you don't think you have to, but save the game, because anybody that's played the first Mass Effect can tell you that on the normal difficulty level, sometimes you just round a corner, crud. I need 2 more pieces of scrap. I didn't realize that that was one of the things. And it's going to happen. I mean, let's just all brace ourselves that at one point, he's going to be going along, he's going to forget, we're going to forget, he's going to lose 25 minutes if we're lucky, and he's going to have to replay the whole section, and that will remind everybody. Because it's a little bit like Persona in that way. It just happens. You just get F'd from time to time. Back off. Back off, kid. Okay. Let's do it. I really thought the newt was going to turn away. I need 2 more pieces of scrap. Now, we can find it in multiple places, but usually car engines are going to be best. Number 2, for Mass Effect. For those of us familiar with the series, a lot of the things about the universe are now, like, talking about the Star Wars universe. Like, we just know what a Wookiee is and where they come from, right? Well, Mass Effect is a completely new property, and a lot of the backstory, the lore of the Mass Effect universe is communicated either through some cartoonishly badly written novels, and no offense to the people who wrote the novels, but Kaylee Sanders is the worst character in the world, so sorry. So don't read those, or communicated to you through these codex entries that you can pick up. You sort of get them as you talk to people or examine items in the world. And from a streaming perspective, I don't think that the information in the codex is going to be important enough that you're going to want to stop the stream and like read through it live. So my general recommendation to Feecrest would be consider like between streams, just jumping in and reading whatever codex entries have come up. And, you know, focus on as much or as little. The chat will be there. Like, we can help communicate that, like, yeah, Krogans have 4 testicles, and that's why they talk about getting kicked in the quads. That's what that means. Do you need to know that to understand the story of Mass Effect? Not really. If you were alive in the year 2003 and remember the Iraq War, you can pretty much follow along with the broad strokes. But when it comes to, hold on, like the lore building, like who are these races and what do they represent and how have they gotten along before here and how did the humans meet the Turians? Like a lot of that stuff is covered, at least in the broad strokes. Hold on, there's a few bodies back there. In the codex entries. And I would say that they are at once not required, but also lots of scrap came out of that. Helpful in that. Oh, Diesel Jones is taking off. Diesel, thank you so much. I hope you have a great evening. And if you're streaming later on, I would love to stop by.
God damn it.
Crap. Sorry, I just checked chat. Yes, Fee, we are talking about the upcoming playthrough of the Mass Effect trilogy and sort of covering some things that I would think are spoiler-free and important to know about the experience of playing the first Mass Effect. The first point was save often, save twice. If there's a quick save button, you should press that like your Homer Simpson's Drinky Duck. You should just be quick saving all of the time because sometimes the game can be unpredictable and sometimes death comes at you real fast. Again, my only experience is with the Xbox 360 version, but playing on normal difficulty level, boy, it can catch you off guard. The second thing was the codex, that it's going to fill in a lot of the backstory of the universe, but you may want to choose to read that material between streams as opposed to sort of grinding everything to a halt in order to read it on stream. It's simultaneously worthwhile and not quite important enough to have to understand right in the moment. Let me just take a quick look here. Looking pretty good. Wait, is it taking up scrap? It is, but I only need 10 pieces of scrap, so I think I'm still good. This also takes up scrap, but I'm okay with that. Okay. Point 2A was don't read the books. Just don't. The Dragon Age books were pretty okay. The Mass Effect books made me hate life. You can skip them. I remember a point in my life when I had enough time to waste on things like the Mass Effect books. That is well behind me, and I now think back with a wistful sense of loss at the time that was spent on them. Just skip right past them. Those are the novels, of course. Point number 3, and you might briefly believe this is a spoiler. I guarantee you on my life that it is not. The game systems change so much. Like, they use a completely different engine for Mass Effect 2. So, basically, everything is different. The combat system is different. The inventory system is different. The power sets are different. So, between Mass Effect 1 and 2, it will afford you the opportunity to change your character class. In other words, you can import your personality and all of the decisions that you made, and you really, really want to do that. But you will have an opportunity to mix it up if you want to change character classes. Now, that said, I would recommend that you focus on playing a character class that seems like it would be fun, because it is, and every character class that exists in the in the first game is simply better in the second. So I wouldn't feel too much need to mix it up, but also don't feel too pressured about it. You know, it's fine. Yeah, no, it is no spoiler. It's not even like story related. It's like, hey, we've changed, like, there's literally no way to fairly import a character here. So we're going to give people a chance to import their personality and choices, but to basically completely re-roll their class if that's what they choose to do. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know why my flashlight is on. There was a question mark up here, so I just wanted to take a quick look around. I don't see anything very question marky. This does not seem worth being here right now. Another tip, the Mass Effect has a very large inventory system, and yet you're going to max it out pretty much all of the time. So as you are picking stuff up, if you find a more advanced version of a thing that you have, go ahead and just immediately sell all of the worse versions of that thing. You're basically never going to need to spend too much effort micromanaging your inventory. If something's better, it's better. Put it on. Don't get too caught up in the weird shit. And the reason I bring this up is that you will, if you don't take various opportunities to sell and offload your stuff, what will happen is that you'll wind up 3 miles deep into a mission, and then suddenly your inventory is full and you can't pick anything up. And it really gets in the way of stuff. So sell early, sell often, keep enough stuff to basically equip your, squaddies in the way that you want, and you're good. Oh, actually, so that's an interesting point. There are achievements in the first Mass Effect for keeping a particular party member in your party for, quote, most of the game, unquote. They mean all of the game. Believe me, speaking as somebody who got burned real hard by that, if you want those achievements, and we'll talk about why you might want them in a moment, if you want those achievements, you kind of have to commit very, very early and then keep those members in your squad all of the time to the exclusion of anybody else. Otherwise, the achievement doesn't fire, and you lose the opportunity to get that achievement. So if you don't care, decide early that you don't care. If you do care, you're probably going to take the first couple people and just keep them in your party for the whole game, because it's super weird the way that achievement was set up. Hello to Turner Hooch. I hope you're having a great Saturday. What is up is that we are currently on our way back to a camp. We got ambushed. We came out of it okay. I've run out of scrap, Well, sorry, I've run out of 1 scrap, so now I need to go find some. Hopefully in here. And we're having a sort of a brief, completely spoiler-free chat with Feecrest, who's in chat, about here's some things to know about playing Mass Effect for the very first time, because he should be starting that up in just a little bit of time. He's never played it before, and I think that there's a few things to know about a game that originally launched in like 2006, and game design has moved on a little bit. One thing that I think is generally good advice I've discovered in my life, but particularly for the Mass Effect series, you can choose to fully commit yourself in advance to either Paragon or Renegade. I think that you will have a more... Those are the two sort of moralities in the game. It's not really good evil. It's more like good Paladin versus good Jack Bauer. You know, are you doing the right things in the most altruistic way possible? Or are you doing the right things because fuck you bad guys? You know, which way do you want to go on that? My advice is you're going to have a more fulfilling experience with the game if you do what you think is right, rather than trying to game the morality system.
Hey.
Hey.
I got those parts that you were asked for.
Oh, great. Well, check back in a few. I'll see what I can do, yeah?
Ricky. Thanks.
Yeah. Boozer's one of us now.
Unfortunately, no Days Gone 2 that I know of, but I would love to get an update on it, because this is my first time through this game, and it has consistently surprised me in the best possible way. Well, I don't know, best possible way, but I've really, really enjoyed it.
Deke. Hey, Buzz. Probably draining a lot of gas riding the broken road. Need fuel?
I do indeed.
If you need me.
Okay, I can probably turn in a few bounties, but I think... Yeah. So we're going to leave camp, which is surely going to prompt the next story beat to come up. But we've actually cleared the quest log.
Hey.
And Feecrest says that he is getting things set up.
How's it going, Joe? Oh, okay.
Yeah, see you, Deke.
Deke, how's my favorite bounty hunter?
Blair, how you doing?
Okay. Here you go.
Am I really full on ammo? Okay.
Yep.
Turner Hooch is saying Game of the Year for them.
Don't be such a stranger.
It's a topic that's come up on previous streams, so I'm hesitant to go too deep into it. But yeah, playing this game for the first time in 2020 with its 40-ish gigabyte patch, I don't see the game that others did when they were so like ho-hum, mediocre, this game isn't very good. I think this game is great. I've really been enjoying it. We're going to ride outside of town. I think, there's an...
Hey, Deke, you there?
Here we go.
I've got Boozer's new prosthetic ready. I asked Addie to find him and send him over.
Great. Great, Ricky. I'll be right there. Deacon out.
Yeah, I feel like this game is kind of like... I'm trying to think of a good analogy for it. It feels similar to, like, Rogue Galaxy. Remember that game from Level 5 that came out and it just didn't quite catch people in the same mood as Dark Cloud 2 did? So it kind of came and went and doesn't seem to be particularly well remembered, even though people that played it really liked it, including me. It feels like that's a little bit how Days Gone has gone, which is that the people who have played it really, really liked it. Not everybody. I've encountered a bunch of people who felt it was ho-hum, but I don't feel like the reaction is reflective of the game's current quality, because it's super cool.
Okay.
Crease there.
Okay, got it. Let me secure it in, okay?
There you go. That's better.
Okay.
Hey, brother.
Look what Ricky did.
What?
Made me a new toy.
Oh, that was all Deacon.
Oh,
He
that's
acted
really,
like-
really cool, Boozer.
Hey, I could have been one of those three goddamn musketeers. On guard, you fucking ripper.
Pretty cool. Oh,
Hey.
Jesus. Come on. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Maybe this wasn't that good of an idea?
Maybe.
Damn it.
Okay.
Okay, that was horrifying. We should maybe replace that with a pillow. I can probably find one of those, too. Drive to location. All right. Yeah, and so Turner Hooch is saying great content and a great engine for the gameplay. And it is the great content that has struck me the most. Like, the engine runs very well. I haven't noticed any... Oh, hold on. You never know how long these loads are going to go.
It's O'Brien.
Hold on. Brian, I'm sick of doing your dirty work. You got news for me or not?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I have news.
Well, then what is it?
I need you to do one last job.
Were you listening to what I was just saying? I'm done with this.
One more job, then I'll meet you in person, show you what I got.
Forget it.
Her middle name. It was Irene, right? Sarah Irene Whitaker. It's on her admission form.
One last job.
One last job. I sent you the coordinates. O'Brien out.
Hey.
Hey, you're headed somewhere in a hurry?
Yeah. You remember that NERO bastard I told you about, O'Brien? Well, it looks like he's got some news for me, but I gotta do one last job for him first.
Yeah. Okay.
You should come with me.
Yeah? Nah, Skizzle's got me on farm duty, feeding the world one shitty weed at a time.
Fuck Skizzle, I'll drop you off right afterward. When's the last time you saw a helicopter?
I'll tell him he twisted my arm.
Never gets old, does it?
There's no face cam, but I actually winced when he, like, stuck his blade up that way.
I used to be a cop.
Where are we headed?
Over toward Malacqua Lake. You know where that is?
Yeah, it's just north of the road tunnel up Waldo Road. So what are we doing there?
A NERO chopper's gonna be on the ground doing whatever the hell it is that they do. O'Brien wants me to see what they're up to.
So, Brian, he's what? Your shot caller? Handler?
No. Jesus, Boozer. You know why the hell we're out here.
Just asking. Seems like he tells you to jump. You ask how high.
It's not how it is. How you holding up?
Not bad. It's been worse, you know. I actually don't mind working a farm, pulling weeds and shit. Reminds me of when I was a kid. I used to go out to my uncle's farm out at by Adrian on the Idaho border. Spend summers working the beet fields. He had a little dirt bike I tooled around on. That's where I learned to ride.
If you're not careful, I'm gonna start calling you Farmer Bill. When we get to that site, stay close. Whatever happens, don't let them see you. They can get a little trigger happy.
Okay, got it. Stay down, keep my mouth shut, don't get us killed. Hey, thanks for bringing me along, Deke. It's good to get out again. Even riding bitch, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, stay close.
Right behind you.
I need the area secured now.
There it is.
Set up
Jesus.
the perimeter. I want
Never
it
thought
tight.
I'd see one of those again.
Standing by.
In the air, I mean.
All right, now watch. Soldiers come out first. They secure the LZ. Then their boy genius, researcher, scientist, whatever the hell, he comes out, he looks around.
Do what?
Whatever science shit they're doing out here, how the hell would I know?
The one who's been spying on them.
Okay, wait here.
Enough, people.
Got it.
Clear over here. I'm clear.
Yeah, Turner Hooch, one thing you may discover about this channel is that usually if the characters are talking, I'm being quiet because I want to hear what they have to say, and usually feel like the audience does as well, but during the quiet moments, that's when we can sneak in a little bit of
It's not gonna open.
commentary.
Locked.
All right. It was too much to hope for, and yet I hoped. I thought we were going to make it through the entire game without failing any of these segments, and then in the last one, I actually lost it.
Okay, if you must know, we're picking up scat samples.
You mean shit?
Yes.
Freak shit?
Yes.
So, we're out here in the middle of nowhere, so you can pick up freak shit.
Precisely.
Okay, enough said.
Field note 2102. After analysis of scat samples from zones 2, 3, and 4B, there is clear evidence of Claytonia perfoliata.
What's that?
Commonly known as miner's lettuce. Please don't interrupt. As well as monoecious berries from Juniperus communis.
So, why do we care?
Why do we care? Because it means the freaks are eating more than just us and each other. They're eating berries, plants, grass, needles, basically anything a deer would eat. They're omnivores, just like us, but with stomachs that can digest a much wider range of cellulose.
Yeah, okay. And what?
It means they're not gonna starve when they run out of us to eat. Freaks aren't going away anytime soon.
Shit, that's bad.
Yeah, that's bad. I'm done here.
Okay. Head back to the bike.
I'm going to wait a moment, see if they get... Yeah, see, they seem to be clearing out last man here. If he just turns around, we should be able to scoop right past him. If not, I'll throw a rock. All right.
Yeah.
I think we're good. Yeah, in the last sort of NERO infiltration mission thing that I did, we did the eavesdropping, we planted the tracker on the chopper, everything was good. Then when I went to leave, I just like stepped out from behind a blind corner and a guy was right there and caught Deacon. Up until then, we were like 6 for 6, and just that last one wound up biffing it. Wow, Boozer's still here. I thought something bad was going to happen to him.
You catch any of that over my radio?
That's pretty fucked up. Good taxpayer money, and they're out here collecting freaker shit.
Yeah, I told you. Who knows what they're doing, or why.
Oh, they gotta have a base around here somewhere, right? You try following them?
Yeah, but they always disappear over the mountains heading south, and with the highway choked off, I can never get close.
Sons of bitches. Seems like they got a lot to answer for.
Yeah.
Where are we headed now?
It's a good question. O'Brien, are you there? Come in, O'Brien.
I'm here. Finished?
Yeah, it's done. Where am I meeting you?
I wasn't expecting you so soon. I'm sending you the coordinates now, but it might take a few minutes to get there. O'Brien out.
Jesus, what the hell does he think I've been doing out here?
Hey, You're right about one thing. He does sound like an asshole.
If O'Brien burns Deacon on this after this amount of effort done in good faith, I'm gonna kill him. Like, O'Brien better hope that there's not like some moral choice that comes around where we get to choose, because I will be less than lenient after the amount of jerking around that
Wait
Deacon's
here.
gone
I
through.
don't want him getting skittish because I brought someone along.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the bike. I've seen enough NERO assholes for one day.
Okay, I'll be back.
Oh, okay.
O'Brien said he had news. He knew her middle name. Irene. She can't be alive. But he's alive. Why not her, huh?
He does not feel like sprinting right now.
There he is.
Yo.
Shit. Gotta stop doing that.
What you got?
All right, look. I'm gonna lay it out for you, but it's not good news. I finally found a guy who was willing to do some digging through some files that they used to keep while they still kept records.
Okay, O'Brien.
Anyway, Sarah Whitaker, your wife, was admitted to the Camp MASH unit on the South Flats outside of Silver Lake. According to the records, she was in surgery for 6 hours and then was moved to...
So she survived. The stab wound, she survived.
Yeah. According to the records, she made a full recovery. And then she was moved to another camp on the outskirts of Tumult.
So she could still be alive. Even after all this time, she could still be alive, you're saying?
No.
What do you mean, no?
It was overrun. Everything was overrun. There were no survivors.
You survived. They survived.
Look, there was nothing that would have protected that camp, okay? Highway 97 is an artery. Infected freaks poured up from LA, from the Bay Area, from Sacramento. There were thousands and thousands and thousands of them. There was nothing we could do.
I get it. So you bugged out. Who did you bring with you?
NERO personnel, some feds, people with clearance.
NERO personnel, the soldiers, the guys with the guns, the guys that should have been protecting the civilians.
There's nothing that you can do against a horde. They're too strong.
I know all about hordes.
I know that there was nothing that we could do.
Oh, you know what you could have done? You could have brought a few of them with you. You could have saved a few lives.
There was no hope. There was no time. There was no room. Okay, we'd already turned on each other by the time the hordes arrived.
No, I get it.
Look, I'm sorry about your wife. I'm sorry about all of this. But you gotta understand. If you hadn't sent her with me that night, she would have been dead the next morning. You did the right thing. You know, if you had decided to stay, the only thing that would have happened is you'd be dead right alongside her.
Don't you think I know that?
O'Brien.
Thank you for saving her life that night.
Hello to Baby
So
Fox
you're sorry.
Eyes.
Is that it, O'Brien? You're sorry? Oh, damn it. Whole thing's a waste of my goddamn time.
Sorry, you're joining sort of during a particularly heavy story moment about Deacon and his wife.
Oh, what the hell? Boozer? Boozer?
Oh, god damn it, Booze Man, where the hell did you go? Ah, shit.
Yeah, for the benefit of Baby Fox Eyes, that she's watching, the guy that you see here on screen, his name is Deacon St. John, and he's been trying to find his wife after they got separated about 2 years ago, and
Okay, what the hell is this?
just got some bad news about the likelihood of reuniting.
This way.
Deke, you still there? This is Ricky. Deacon St. John.
Yeah, Ricky, I'm here. What's up?
Skizzo's been asking for you. Said Boozer never showed up for his work duty. I was worried.
No, look, we're fine. We just had some stuff that we needed to get done. Tell Skizzo we'll be back in an hour.
Okay. Hey, I'm almost ready to head back out there and fix that transformer. You still in?
Yeah. Yeah, just, great. Let me know when.
I can feel that hot water now. Gonna let that shower run forever.
Yeah, okay. That sounds great. Listen, Ricky, I gotta go, all right? Deacon out.
Yeah, so one note about getting Mass Effect able to work at all is Feecrest has to run OBS Studio in administrator mode. I think I had actually texted Yumi about that it turns out that that's one of the ways to fix a game that isn't showing up properly in OBS. Running OBS or OBS Studios in Streamlabs or OBS Studios in administrator mode helps it to catch on to games that otherwise it's having difficulty seeing. So that's a helpful tip.
Deke, over here! Oh, Jesus, Boozer, what the hell?
I figured I'd do a little shopping while we were out, and I ran into a pack of rippers hunting dogs. Oh, easy, fella. He's not infected. He's just a dog. They're hunting down and killing healthy dogs. No, we can't leave him here, Deke. We can't do it.
Here, let me do it.
Really? You can...
Okay, boy. Okay, easy, it's okay. All right, just...
Oh, Jesus, Deke.
It's okay, just... That's it, all right.
It's okay, big guy.
Rest.
You ready?
Oh, yeah, brother. I'm ready.
E1.
I agree with you, Baby Fox Eyes. Poor dog. And we're going to have a frank discussion with the people who did that.
Set him free!
Down in front. Oh, he's got it.
Son of a bitch!
Crap.
Son of a bitch.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I think that's the last of them.
Oh, you sound disappointed.
I hate those sons of bitches, you know?
Yeah, come on, let's get the hell out of here. So what the hell happened back there? You seem sorta, I don't know, like you lost it.
I don't know. I guess I needed some payback for this shit. But, there's never gonna be enough payback, is there? You know? If you had made this shit for me, don't know where I'd be. I mean, I guess I'd... Well... You know.
You gonna be okay?
Yeah, not like I got a choice. Not like any of us do, right?
Yeah, okay, come on.
It's been interesting seeing Boozer's storyline unfold because it continues to continue in ways that I really wouldn't have expected. If you had asked me at the very beginning of the game, I would have said that Boozer is the archetypical, the guy that Deacon knows at the very beginning, but then gets killed and maybe sets Deacon off on his path of vengeance. And instead he's here, and he's had his whole entire story arc.
You know, goddamn well, your guy in the spacesuit, what'd he say?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Hey, come on, goddammit.
Boozer, you really don't want to be doing that right now.
Oh, yeah? You think I need more than this to take down your scrawny little ass? Come on, what'd he say?
Drop it.
Seriously, what happened to Sarah? Huh? Where's your old lady, Deke? Huh? Stay down, brother. Had enough? Where's your old lady, Deke?
She's dead, Boozer. Sarah's dead.
Yeah, and she's been dead a long time, so don't you think that you mourned her long enough?
I think that you have a hell of a left hook, asshole. Oh.
Yeah, it's the only move I got. Come on, man.
Oh.
I gotta get my sorry ass back to work. Camp ain't gonna feed itself. Okay. It's the only move I got. Still, I tagged your ass with it 3 times in a row.
Fucking shameful.
Where we headed?
Back to camp.
No. I still gotta work a shift. Give me a ride up there. It's just north of Sherman's camp.
Okay.
What we'll probably do is drop Boozer off, like reach a point at which this quest is finishing out, and then probably do a toss over to Seacrest.
And there was nothing you or anyone could have done about it.
I should have been there.
And what good would that have done?
Just drop it, it's done.
In the meantime, I hope people will check out twitch.tv/Tashir Games. That's TASHERRE Games. It does a lot of Division 2, and will probably be starting up some additional playthroughs. He said it's going to be a solid week of Division 2 when he gets back to streaming, which resumed as of today, but we may see some more. Also, twitch.tv/Papalotko was continuing her
Skizzo, you there?
Hold on.
Lost Lake Camp, Skizzo.
Yeah, what's up?
We just had a run-in with...
Hey, where the hell is you, bro? He skipped work duty today. What the hell, man?
Shut up and listen to me. I was giving him a ride to the work site, and we were attacked by rippers.
Oh, Jesus. Where?
Outside of Rogue Camp. You gotta tell Iron Mike. Carlos is coming, and he is not going to stop.
What do you think I've been telling him? For months. Yeah, I'll let him know.
We're heading toward Tumalo now. Boozer will be at the site in a few minutes.
Well, that's great, because he owes the camp another half shift for the work he's missed.
Shut up, Skizzo.
Hey, Deke. Road camp is kind of in the opposite direction of Tumalo, isn't it?
We took the scenic route out.
Asshole.
Goddamn Skizzo.
See, Skizzo's no dummy. He put together the geography there. Twitch.tv/Papalotko at PAPULATKO has been continuing her full-length playthrough of Kingdom Come Deliverance. It is a super gritty, granular, striving for ultimate realism in sort of a medieval... Is it Germany? I'm trying to remember where exactly the game is set, but very, very interesting game, and she's actually playing it for the second time, so she knows it pretty well. So we get a cutscene here.
Come on, you guys. Come on, keep working. Keep at it. We don't work, we don't eat.
Hello to Super Top Cat.
That's it.
Hey. Thanks for the ride.
We all starve. There you go.
Okay, as opposed
Take John
to...
Lost Lake Camp. Come back.
Hold on.
Deke, I hear you.
Mike, good. Look, Boozer and I, we just had a run-in with Rippers. They...
Rippers? God damn it, you boys crossed the Iron Ridge? Deke, I told you.
Just listen. No, Mike. They were here in Rogue Camp.
Yeah. Rogue Camp? There were Rippers in Rogue Camp? You sure it was Rippers?
Jesus, Mike, yeah. They're kind of hard to miss, you know, with the scars and acting crazy, killing anything that moves.
All right, just calm down. We got a parlay with Carlos. Schizo's heading over to Iron Butte tomorrow. We'll find out what the hell's going on, and then
You're sending Schizo to parlay with Carlos. Jesus, Mike.
don't tell me how to run my camp, Deke. Like I said, my treaty is gonna hold. Lost Lake out.
Sorry, time out for just 1 second. Oh dear, Super Tomcat saying that everyone around them has corona. I think it's only a matter of time.
Whatever you say, Mike. Whatever you say, Schizo's right. You're gonna get everyone killed.
Yeah, if that's the case, I'm really sorry to hear that.
Hey, Boozer, I'm heading up to Marion Forks.
Marion Forks? What the hell for?
Because I decided... Hell, it's like you said. I've mourned her long enough. It's time to say goodbye.
You heading to the church?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Jesus, Deke.
It's the last time, Boozer, I swear. Deacon out.
So Baby Fox Eyes is noting that Feecrest is going live, so we're going to kick over to him basically as soon as I get where I'm going. Thank you very, very much for the update.
Tucker to Deacon St. John, come in. Deke, you out there?
Okay, Tuck. You got a job for me? Okay. I'll swing by. Deacon out.
Actually, there's a new job. We might go do this first. It depends a little bit on what's closer. I'm not going to start it. Oh, actually, this appears to be in the opposite direction. Hold on a second. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to continue up this way for the time being. Twitch.tv/Deacon took the last day or two off. So many radio messages, by the way.
Copeland, yeah, I'm here. I'm guessing you got another job for me. Okay, I'll swing by. Deacon out.
Sorry, time out for 1 second. Yeah, Super Top Cat, so I'm not sure. Oh my God.
The truth shall set you free.
Sorry, hold on.
What does NERO want? They disappear for 2 years, come back guns blazing? Don't bother trying to find out. You'll get yourself killed. Besides, we already know. I've been watching them skulk around, thinking they know these woods better than me. They're doing something with the freaks. Tracking them, studying them, watching them, making notes in their little notebooks. And you know why? They're gathering info. Seeing how long it takes for these sons of bitches to die or starve off. Probably trying to get a read on when the feds can reemerge from their hidey holes and crawl back into their unjust positions of power. For once, the freaks are on our side. The longer they're here, the longer the feds can rot down there in their stony prison. The world may not be ours anymore, but thanks to the freaks, it doesn't belong to the feds either. This is Mark Copeland for Radio Free Oregon. Don't believe the lies.
Oh, I dislike that guy so much.
Cope? You don't know shit. Freaks ain't on anybody's side. In the world, it already belongs to them.
Okay, so we're gonna pause. We're gonna park it here. I might see if there's like a gas can just so that we can fill up. But otherwise, get it saved and ratcheted down so that we can go visit with twitch.tv/Feecrest. Please check out twitch.tv/Deacon. The Sunny Panda did a wonderful long-form stream of Monster Hunter World, but has been feeling under the weather. If you follow him on Twitter, I hope that you will send him a get well soon message, because I know that his throat is really bothering him. Hopefully he will be back on the 6th very soon. Super Mike, best of hopes to your mom and dad and the rest of the family. That sounds very concerning, and depending on what your availability is, it might be worth having them go in to get tested to be sure, because if they test positive, there may be some, I would hope, immediate medical assistance for them. That could be very important to try to get monitored immediately. It feels like an odd place to jump out, but I don't know how to make the segue, but there's so many other people that we hope that you will check out here on Twitch, including some whose livelihoods are kind of dependent on it right now. One example to that would be twitch.tv/JVMcMaster, one of many who has lost his regular day job during the COVID-19 crisis, and you can find him, again, JVMCMaster. If you have an opportunity to stop by, check out his stream, leave a lurk at the very least, or stop by and interact with him during one of his streams. I'm sure that it would mean the world. He's one of my favorite streamers and one of the people that really inspired us to start streaming here. There's so many other people like Haseo. Haseo has recently started playing Marvel's Spider-Man. You can check him out at Haseo Ryu. That's HASEORYU. Check out Toxic at TOXIKK. Wonderful Sea of Thieves streamer who's participating in a large organized competition along with Sanka UK, SANKA UK. And so many more. Diesel Jones stopped by earlier. What a wonderful, warm Division 2 player. Often plays with Tashir Games. And when you subscribe to his channel, he does a little serenade. You can't beat that. He's got a video, and he often sings along with it live. So I hope that you will check that out. There's so many more people that I'm sure that I'm forgetting, and it really does bother me after the fact when I forget to shout out somebody like Sunny Panda or Papalotko or Mavis Games is super good. Alsoa TV, ALSOA TV, all super cool guys. The Real Cutie Pie. I mean, there's too many to name. So we're going to cut out here, and what we're going to do is to go jump over to twitch.tv/Feecrest, where I expect we will be joining him for the opening moments of the Mass Effect trilogy. He's going to start playing Mass Effect 1 right now, and I can't wait to see it. So I hope that you will join us as we raid over. Hopefully we'll be able to do some more streaming tomorrow before twitch.tv/MoreThanAMia continues her full-length playthrough of Graveyard Keeper. Wonderful, fantastic variety streamer who streams throughout the week. You can check her schedule on her Twitch channel at twitch.tv/MoreThanAMia, and one of the moderators who's been doing all of the shoutouts. And He Who Dies. Please don't let me forget He Who Dies. Please just check him out. He's been doing some wonderful artwork streams. It is hard to overstate how impressive it is to see a work in progress that then is eventually fleshed out into one of those finished pieces that are then posted to his Twitter feed. So I hope you'll check that out. Again, there will be people that I'm forgetting, and I feel sorry about it. Hopefully we'll be able to cover them in the next episode. Until next time, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.